I am in a place called I can't remember because I've had a beer. I've just come from I'm not sure because it's got a funny name, and I'm heading south. That I know. Started at the top bit near Dakar, moved south. Don't forget. Just remember. So you've got the weird flooring that is all shells. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little walk through town, which isn't far away. So I'm just leaving this little cheeky campsite. The reason I'm wearing headphones, just so you know, is because, well, frankly, you look like an absolute giant tit with a camera on a stick at the best of times, as anyone that's seen anyone with a selfie stick will know. And you look even more of a tit when talking to the camera. I've got a newfound respect for vloggers in general, actually, because I've never done this before, as you know. I've always been a podcast guy. And now, I have to say, it's actually a bit harder than you think. I thought, well, in fact, this does happen. I thought you could talk shit at a camera for hours on end and get millions of subscribers. That is true, but if you want to do engaging and interesting content about world travels, turns out you've got to read facts and stuff. Actually do some work. Jeez, what am I, a journalist? So let's give you some facts. This is Djiffer. It's south of the capital of Senegal. The capital is Dakar, which is the most western point of the continent of Africa. And once you leave Dakar, which you will want to do after a few days because it's pretty bonkers, as you've already seen, hopefully, you'll need the serenity of a beach. So you just saw a beach, and that's that way, and that beach is actually the mouth of the river. That's a large delta, of which I may have forgotten the name. Let's not get bogged down in facts. Apparently they don't matter anymore anyway. But on the other side of that is the Atlantic coast. So we're on a tiny little spit of land that goes running down. And as you can see, life here hasn't changed for a good few hundred years. Now, they're not big on filming here, and I want to be culturally respectable. So I might have to do this a little bit stealth, which involves popping you in a bag. So forgive me while we pop you in a bag, because I don't want to upset people. Here we go. And now you're going to stick. Oh God, you look like an absolute idiot though. Okay, hang on. Let me just do a bit of work here. Right, let's give you a tour of Djiffer. So a couple of goats. Always some goats in Djiffer. Pretty sad existence as goats go here, because you've got pretty much bugger all to eat. That is a man going the wrong way around a roundabout, and I'm pretty sure the police will be here any second to arrest him. Oh no, hang on, I've just checked and no one gives a f***. It's fantastic. We're coming into the main high street here. It's a fishing town, of course, so most of the fishing goes on in the delta on the other side, the fresh water, although there are boats that go out to sea here. Why use petrol when you can use carrots? This is what's called a 7-Up, because you can get 7+ people in there. It's an old Peugeot from, I don't know, bonjour. Yeah, it's an old Peugeot from probably, I'm not very good with cars, but I would suggest it's probably 1979, 1980, something like that. Unfortunately, I was in one yesterday. Just having a licence is enough. They still have to pay bribes to the police, unfortunately. Still a pretty corrupt country. Bit of foosball over there. A couple of generators for when things get a bit stark in the power department. Here's a bunch of 7-Ups over here, 7+s behind that van. And here's the local village goat having a piss. Yeah, it is all kicking off in Djiffer. So the goats, I just live a hard life really here, because I've seen them eating paper. I've seen them, I think that one's been gnawing a playing card. But they manage to exist somehow. And of course, as soon as they've had some sort of existence, they become meat. Now here's the local bar. where I've already frequented, obviously. There's a couple of French guys I met earlier. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Wow, my friend.
Where's Hakim?
Hakim.
Is he in there?
Oh. Where Hakim?
Is he at home?
Wait.
Yeah, let's go and have a look. Okay, merci. So Hakim is a French guy. Actually, he's the other white guy in town, and there's another couple of his mates there from France. And Hakim lives quite a lot of the time. Hey, bonjour. He's down here on the beach. I had lunch with him earlier. This is the residential hangout. Hey, boys. And this is Hakim's house. I don't want to interrupt him because he might be having a snooze. But as houses go, I think you'll agree, you know, view's not too shabby. Where is he? Actually, I think he's having a sleep, but he's in there. A couple of guys running along the beach there. Bit of football going on in the distance, and of course, a couple of goats. Yeah, that's Hakim's house. You're looking at about, I'll do euros, you look at about 30 euros, which is actually quite a lot for this part of the world. But you do get pretty damn fine views. The fishing's big here, obviously, and pretty much every meal I've had for the last few days has been fish. But the thing is with Senegal, it's bloody gorgeous. Bonjour. Careful, you got money coming out here. Yeah, so we'll carry on down the way. Obviously, it's a hell of a benefit travelling here if you do actually speak French, because the chats I have are very boring. They usually go something like this. Yes, Manchester United. Yes, Barcelona FC. Yes, I know football. Okay, goodbye. That's about as far as we can go. So a bit limited. Community vibe here is amazing. There's only a few thousand people in this town and everyone knows each other. And I have to say, it's so idiotically idyllic that I really feel at home here, actually. People have been extremely friendly. Not too much hassle as well. Like, there's a few guys that want to have a chat in the street, which is always an absolute joy. But it's not like hard sales or anything like that. I was a bit fearful, having gone to Morocco when I was a lot younger, that it would be all very in your face, pushy, and it really isn't. It's just totally chill. People are so friendly. 95% Muslim. Oi, oi. I'm going to keep trucking. I think I might have just been told that I shouldn't film, so I just said I'm going to keep trucking, which is a weird way to get out of that. Just bamboozle them with North American idioms that make almost no sense. There's a goat eating some cardboard. Times are hard for the goats. There's a goat chewing plastic. I mean, that definitely isn't going to work out. That's one of the sad truths about Senegal, is the beaches and much of the towns are just absolutely filled with litter. Often the case in the developing world. This is not an anomaly, but it is nonetheless extremely unfortunate. And I think ultimately it probably will stop tourism, because these are some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, but unfortunately you really don't feel like that sometimes when they're full of bottles. And we're almost at the end of the road here, jutting out into the Atlantic at the mouth of that delta. Bonjour! Is going to be the water coming up here. Let's have a look and see if there's a few fishermen doing the last bit of their daily chores down here. Okay. Hey, bonjour. Ça va? Ça va? Oh, lovely stuff. Yep. It's not your average Costa del Sol beach full of white English ladies. Nope, this is full of white skinny goats. Slightly different to your average tourist trap. And again, let's see exactly the problem here. Is this sort of that is so harmful to marine life. But don't let that put you off. I'm joined with my friend Ibrahim. Here he is. and the sun's setting here, and we're just looking at the fishing industry, and the fishing industry is alive and well. Some of these trucks are going to Europe. This one's going to Europe, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we've got other trucks going to Dakar.
To
Oysters?
Kaulak, Dakar,
Okay.
Touba.
What have they got in there, Ibrahim? Have we got oysters in there? We've got clams,
Clam,
fish.
fish, the carp.
Carp, is it?
Where the carp?
Ah.
The rai,
I see.
calamar.
Oh, I love calamari.
Yeah, là-bas, calamar.
Really?
Well, after you come in, after go.
Okay, cool. So we've got the boats over there.
The big boat to
Yeah.
fishing, go to fishing.
I see.
Coming.
Okay. There isn't like one person in this village that Ibrahim doesn't know. Just walking over a lot of discarded shells.
In the evening, the boat go to fishing in the night.
Okay. Fishing in the night, all night long.
And return in the morning, tomorrow morning. Go to,
Yeah.
today, the big boat go to fishing in the night.
I see.
And tomorrow morning he return to fishing. When the small boat go to fishing, they have in the boat 5 persons. They speak the bad English.
No, you're okay. You speak better English than I speak French.
No distance.
Just crammed in.
No distance.
Do you need a permit or a license to fish? Can anyone be a fisherman?
Yeah, in the variety,
Yeah.
they have calamar, sole, right?
Yeah.
After go away, come in. You
Okay.
look after.
Yeah, yeah. Not getting any of it. You have fishermen over there arranging their nets using bicycle wheels. The transport is it's not Rolls-Royce. Just love waking up in places like this. Have a little chat with a goat and then get on with your day. Let the crazy begin. Morning world, time for an adventure. I'm going to cross the mouth of the delta on a skinny boat. What could possibly go wrong? Pushed along the river with a little outboard engine, and this is the view, mangroves. Absolutely lovely. Don't normally talk about products, certainly don't do product placement normally, but if you want life-changingly good sounds, these little puppies from Bose will change your life. They're Bluetooth speakers and they're in stereo, proper stereo. I'm a big fan of Kanda Bongo Man. Congolese music, Suko music. Sounds exquisite. And it really makes a trip like this epically pleasurable. Loads of good music as well from Senegal as well. Youssou N'Dour from Senegal. Pop a bit of that on, but for me, I love the Congolese stuff. Kanda Bongo Man. Got out of my boat and people over there washing a goat. You don't see that in London much. Unless you work in London Zoo in the washing facility. What the f is that? I was just about to tread on that. looks a cross between a jellyfish, a sponge, a crab, and something from a dystopian nightmare. That's whatever that was, and that's a goat. Not really David Attenborough. Queen of England and Benjamin Franklin look like if they were involved in a car accident and then put through a car wash. And then got in a boxing ring together. Don't forget,